Hey guys, what's up? So first I want to apologize for the weird angle and the weird setup because my studio is a trash right now. It's just a mess because of the baby and moving things around and improving the house and being a husband. So I apologize. But I want to do this as a series. It's going to be a series of videos that I'm doing about helping young guys kind of prioritize their lives. Now, understand, I know that you can't tell a young man nothing, okay? I understand because I was a young man. And so I get that you're not really going to be able to do anything about that. Now, at the same time, for the guys that want to know, I want to tell you guys a little bit about what you can do. And maybe you can take some of each one of my videos I'm going to be doing and put it in something that'll help you. So, I just wish that I had somebody like that growing up to kind of help me in that situation. I wish. If only you had like a paternal figure that could tell you life lessons and beat your ass when you got out of line. If only there was somebody like that. I don't know, maybe. But I know that my sons are going to look at these videos too later on, and they're going to say, man, not only was my dad an asshole in life, he was an asshole on the internet too. But he's got some good points though. So there's that. Here's my thing. I want to start out this first video with prioritizing your life in a performance manner that's affordable to you. Now, I know that young men are performance based from the time that they're doing wheelies for little girls in the front yard to the time they're doing shitties in the Walmart parking lot for girls then. I know, okay? Been there, done that. Now, my life was a little bit different because growing up, I didn't really have to do those things as much, okay? I kind of zeroed in my strategy unknowingly to the girls that were, like, you had the cheerleaders, and then you had the middle ground girls, and then you had the goth girls, okay? And then you had the other girls that we don't talk about. Now, when it came to dating, I kind of like went in between the high end and low end girls, okay? I always dated the girls that was kind of off to the side. Like nobody really paid attention to them and they're like sneaky hot. You ever met a girl that's sneaky hot? Okay, those type of girls. I always went to those type of girls. And anyway, so I didn't really have to do a whole lot of the trying to get girls' attention thing. I did it, but not in the same way sometimes. So if I can do anything to help you guys, what I would say is, number one thing that I see guys doing that is a big waste of time and will keep you broke well into your 30s is spending a whole bunch of money on your daily driver. Okay? Now, you talk to anybody that's in the banking industry, they will tell you the guys that were rich didn't come in there in three-piece suits and a Jaguar or a Maserati. They came in there in an F-150 and Levi's. Okay? Their Lambo was in the garage. Okay? And they drove that out on Friday nights. That wasn't their daily driver. The main thing that I see guys doing wrong in their early 20s, and it's guys that I work with too, and I'll try to tell them all day long, and they do not want to listen to me because they don't have the life experience yet. They gotta fail. They gotta fail so that they can do better. But the guys that want to listen, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, you're spending too much money on your daily driver. You guys that buy these trucks, put these big old damn rims and tires on there, $2,000, $3,000 for the tires and rims. Then y'all buy all this crap and put on these trucks. You're wasting your money. Yeah, you're going to get girls' attention, But those girls are not going to stay with you. All right? The odds are they're not going to stay with you, because if you're in your early 20s, you guys have no real value. Calm down. The reason I'm saying you have no real value is because if that girl grows up to around 24, 25 years old and she's looking at you and you got a baseline job and you got a $600 a month, $700 a month, $800 a month truck payment, and you still financing on your rims and you eating day to day, and when it comes around to Monday after getting paid Friday, you're broke. And then she looks at that 35-year-old that's your boss, that's driving a F-150. I'm just using that as an example. Or driving a regular truck, but he's got a nicer package on it. Nicer package. And he's moving on up the ladder. She's going to start looking at that guy because, one, he's not fat. I know a lot of you guys walk around are skinny fat. 75% of you are overweight. And she's looking at his truck and it's paid off. And she's looking at his disposable income and the way he carries himself with experience. And then she's looking at you. I'm just saying. Just saying. And odds are you're going to talk to many girls if you're doing what you're supposed to. I know there's a high virginity rate right now with guys. But if you're doing what you're supposed to, you're going to talk to many girls in your early 20s all the way up to your 30s. So it doesn't really matter. Okay? I picked up tons of girls in a little gas saver. You know how? They drove to my house. They would drive sometimes an hour to 2 hours to my house just to see me for maybe 2 hours and leave. The reason being is because game. You learn game. You don't need all this other stuff. Just saying. Now it gets your foot in the door. Sure. These trucks and things get your foot in the door. These Instagram names on your back window like you're somebody important might get your foot in the door. But it doesn't really matter because these girls are not going to be around for long term, statistically speaking. Not until they're maybe 25, 26, 27 years old. And by then, statistically, they like guys 5 to 7 years older than them. And this is not meant to hurt your feelings. This is not meant to go after you. This is not meant to attack anybody. I'm not trying to single anybody out. So calm down, you little snowflakes. It's meant to help you with the big picture. I'm looking at this in a objective way, overhead, like you're all living in this little terrarium. And I'm kind of like going, if he would do this differently, he would probably do a little bit better. Just from experience. Probably. And now there's guys that's older than me and sit here and go, well, if he done this a little bit different, probably help him. See how that works? But I'm telling you guys, you're wasting money and you're getting in huge amounts of debt for a vagina that is not going to stick around. Now, if you don't want to stick around, it's fine. But you still don't need that for them to not stick around. Ask me how I know. Game. While you are pushing yourself up the ladder at work, while you're doing good, while you're improving constantly, while you're putting all your priorities in order, while you got that 1-bedroom apartment with that gas saver, because who cares? Up to the point to where now you've learned game, now you're physically fit, now you've moved up the ladder, now you just turned 30-something years old, and all of a sudden all those girls that didn't pay attention to you want to pay attention to you. And you can date their sister because she's 2 years younger. Long term, guys, you're not seeing the forest for the trees. And these girls are fumbling over you, seeing the forest for the trees as they go. They're like, oh, tree, as they're going through their life cycle. So they're fumbling over each other and still outgaming you. It's time for you guys to get smart. But just take what I said and think about it. And I'll tell you more in the next video. Appreciate you guys. Peace.